So you bought your new beautiful home and you walk out the back and the garden ain't so new and beautiful. In fact, it still looks like a building site. Well, you need to have a plan. The first thing I would do is define where the garden beds and where the lawns are. So if this is my typical backyard, there's the back of the house, here's my entertaining area. I start with the garden beds and the edges. I like using a little brick paver called Haven brick because it's simple to lay and it borders the lawn, keeping the lawn out of the garden bed, and it borders the plants so I know when they need a haircut. One of the things I like about planting out a garden is you can add a lot of value over time. It's not a huge investment to start. You can put a few plants in to get started, and I recommend you concentrate on hedges and screens. I'll give you an example. Here's our house, here's our entertaining area, and over the back here, Mrs. Mangle. You know what I'm talking about. The lady that knows what time you go to work and what time you go home and what the children's names are and when their birthdays are. Sometimes that's a good thing, and sometimes Mrs. Mangle's a little bit too much. So what I would do is I'd concentrate on that hedge to start. That's just going to give me privacy. I'm not going to be staring at fences. And you can buy a small hedge that'll cost you next to nothing per plant. I like using lily pillies. They're an Aussie native. They grow fast. You'd screen off a fence and a neighbour within a couple of years buying small plants. Where Mrs. Mangle is, I'd actually go one step further. I'd bring that garden bed out, creating a little pocket like this, and in that pocket I'd plant my favourite tree at the moment, which is a magnolia teddy bear. Now they max out at about 5 or 6 metres, so they're not going to turn into a monster, and they're about 3 or 4 metres wide. Unless Mrs. Mangle's got a ladder on top of the roof looking down to check out your business, you're never going to see her again. That could add tons of money when you go to sell your house.